practice session this week with Miss Maisie. We are starting to work in an environment where we have more distractions. So what I'm going to do is I am going to run through all our foundation skills, but not only are we out and about, but Melissa has Lucy with her, so we have another dog distraction as we're out here practicing. So right now what I'm demonstrating is the reward zone, which is our drop that treat, which is our foundation skill for leash manners. So I'm just going to go ahead and see what happens if we start doing a little bit of walking. Let's go. So that treat comes to my hip, straight down my pant leg. Oh yes, good job. So that was what you can't see right there, which was really nice, which is that she glanced over. She glanced over at Lucy as we walked by, but then she looked right back at me. So I want to make sure I'm really giving her heavy duty rewards for that. Stopped for a leaf snack. When I go to make a turn, I'm going to make sure I have a treat right in front of her nose, and then I can turn into the dog so that she learns to stay. So let's go do that in slow-mo. So we have two ways I can turn. Into the dog to change direction, or away from the dog to change direction. Here are common problems. If I don't have a treat in front of my dog, I try to do this. That's what happens. The dog ends up crossing behind me and ends up on the wrong side. So let's take a look at that again and see if she'll make that same mistake. Yep. So I don't want that to happen. So I want to make sure when I'm practicing changing direction that I keep that treat right in front of the puppy's nose. Let's go. Yes. So that she learns to stay at my side and not cross behind me. Try this time without a treat. Yes. Good job. And sit. Sit. And I always want her to sit for me when we stop. Just really nice manners. Okay, that was good. That was really hard. That was really hard. So a lot of times when we're practicing leash manners, we're just out in a place where there's not a ton of distraction, but just being, and when I say that, I mean, I'm not downtown, there's not 8 million dogs at a depot, I'm not on a sidewalk, but I have just enough distraction. I'm out and about, I'm in a new place, we've never trained here before. Hey, and Lucy's right here. So I have just enough distraction that it makes it difficult, but not so hard that the dog can't be successful. So that's how we're really going to build our leash skills. Practice in environments, just walking back and forth in front of your house is a great way to do it. Sit. Yes. Good job. So again, let's talk about those turns. So I was just doing turns. Up, up, up. Yes. Where I turned away from the dog. Up, up. Oh, she almost went behind me that time. I'm trying to make it harder by not putting the treat right in front. Nope. There we go. Sit. Now let's talk about turning the other direction, which is into the dog. Okay? So if I'm not careful, oh, that was actually great. Really good. The reason why it's working is because she's not in front of me at all. If she were slightly in front, I'm luring her out front. If she were in front of me and I tried to turn, then all kinds of things go wrong. She either ends up backwards or she's literally blocking me when I turn. So the key to turning towards the dog is that you want to make sure when you do it, her head is just slightly behind your knee, okay? So then I can nicely get around the dog. So I'd rather have you use treats to keep the dog in the right position right now. That's away from the dog, and sit. Yes, good. Okay. So we'd much rather have you be utilizing your food rewards to get the puppy to stay in the right position than having the puppy make a lot of mistakes and you're being too stingy with your rewards. We can always back up on the treat rewards later. Okay, so that was our reward zone. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on down, out, and about in different environment with distractions. And we're going to make sure that we're using our release cue, which is our word okay. It means the dog's done, they're finished. Okay? So down, down. Okay, so that was too hard. Me standing up and trying to just back away from her, even the tiniest bit, caused her to get up. So I'm going to stay right here, give her lots of cookies. Oh, I like that when they slide over on their hip. It's a lot more planted position, means the dog isn't quite as apt to want to pounce out of their, out of the down. Oh, so you can see I tried again just to push it a little bit. I tried to take one little step back. Oh no, too many treats in the gullet.
Just give her a minute.
Get it all out. What happened?
Are you all done? Are you done?
What happened? What happened? Come on. No. Okay, we're gonna do a little test here. I'm letting these two engage a bit and just see if I can get any kind of response out of Maisie. Maisie! Yes! Okay.
She said me too.
I think that might have been really helpful that Lucy was super interested in coming over to me because it sort of made Maisie pause and look at me. That's okay. Maisie! Yes! So, love having engagement and using name game. Maisie! Yes! Lucy's like, I am not leaving your side right now. Good girl. Touch. Again, Lucy right here. Touch. She could easily be making the choice to just ignore me. Touch. And go play with Lucy. Touch. Yes. Sit. Ma'am, I see you sitting. Thank you. You don't get cookies for everything. You're in graduate school. Okay! Yay! Good girl. So these types of skills are, excuse me, those types of skills are really hard for a dog to do. Play with, I mean, they have their leashes on, but theoretically they're off leash. They're able to do what they want. And I'm trying to build a skill where I say her name and she sees enough value in listening to me that she's willing to leave her little play session. Even if I let her go right back, which is what we want to do. We don't want her to think that it means the end of fun. All right, go ahead and grab Lucy's leash again. I'm going to work on down for a second or two. Sit. Down. Down. Oh, hoppity hop. So I'm gonna use my treat to kind of get her on her hip in that nice planted position. I just took my treat and sort of put it up on the side so she slid over onto her hip. Okay, I'm gonna keep those treats behind. What happened? Okay, now I have to get her back and down, but I'm not gonna give her any cookies yet. I don't want her to think every time she gets up, it's gonna elicit a cookie. I'm gonna wait for a second or two, then give it. Timing's a little important here. Okay, so she's just having a hard time, even with me standing right by her, working on duration. So I'm gonna make my rate of reinforcement, i.e. how quickly I'm treating her, pretty high, and then okay, and then release the dog. So anytime a dog is struggling with something, meaning they're just having a hard time getting the concept, you need to make how often you're treating you have to increase that rate of reinforcement. It's important. But she's doing great this week. lots of progress, I think, on the leash manners out here. It was awesome. So keep working at your out and about stuff and practicing your reward zone. Have a good weekend.